There we go, got there eventually. G'day mates. Welcome back to some tour of the Tasmanian Tiger. You can just call me Stent. Last time we got lost a bit in the snow with Australia's very well-known alpines, because of course this place is well known for that, and we had a little fun reenacting that famous Steven Spinning movie. But now here we are with our new fangled set of ranks with this weird lighting effect. There's another invisible crate right there. And yeah, with this new ice rang, we see these weirdly placed just massive bushfire here, which somehow hasn't spread throughout the entirety of the rest of the place. No real idea what this is actually supposed to be doing here, but regardless, it's an obstacle which you can use the frosty rank to clear. And here we are. Welcome to Lake Burrell. Let's have a look at see what Julius has to say about the place.
Lake Burrell is an excellent focal point for the talisman machine.
Somehow he got here before me. Not going to question it. I had a little bit of a thought with regard to which one of these I wanted to tackle first. But I figured, since I've been a little busy with other things, I figured I may as well start off a little more simple with this one. Lilac Pants on Fire. Arguably the most linear course we're going to be going on here. So, without further ado, let's get moving.
I went first last time.
Get in here! Did you take care of that troublesome Tasmanian tiger?
Well, that's just the thing, see?
He's kind of, good.
What? I cannot believe that a rat could outwit my two...
I told you, I'm not a rat.
Rush, boss. I was thinking, instead of trying to stop me, maybe we should,
You okay, boss?
Come over here. Just come over here.
I love this guy.
Now, what's my name?
Cash?
No, that's my last name. What's my first?
His first name is literally Boss.
I know.
Let him answer.
Boss?
That's right. And I ain't only boss around here. And I do. Now get out of my sight.
He's just so entertaining.
I'm surrounding myself with
You're gonna miss this fella, honestly.
imbeciles.
Maybe I can help.
Oh.
After all, who knows Tasmanian tigers better than me?
No. He was a Tasmanian tiger the whole time, and he looked just like me, even in silhouette. How could I have possibly seen this coming? He's literally doing the Dr. Evil thing, look. With his hand to his mouth.
This rainforest is home to some beautiful fauna and flora and some twisty
Turny paths. Yeah.
points about you, and you'll do okay.
As you can see, we have new opals this time around. These ones being green as opposed to the blue and the red. By the looks of them, I think you can tell what sort of element we're going to be going after next. First one's for fire, last one's ice. These ones tend to have a bit more of a, let's just say, electrical feel to them. But we may as well see what this bird wants.
Howdy ho! The name's Lenny. Lenny the lyrebird. Ooh, we have got some trouble in this dusty old desert.
Don't you mean rainforest?
Yeah, rainforest, that's right, sure. Anyway, Boss Cass has kidnapped Princess Orchid. I'll show you where she's being held captive. Follow me, if you know what I mean.
So yeah, the main gimmick of this level, this very, very linear looking level, even though the twisty-turny nature of it may prove otherwise, is this fellow right here, Lenny.
Come on, jump in.
He's a lyrebird, and needless to say, he's our guide for this. So let's see what happens when we take his advice and follow where he's leading. We end up right at the beginning, so fairly
Come on, jump in here.
fairly fun little gimmick for this. Okay, you can teleport as well. Fun little gimmick. Basically, you're just doing the opposite of what he says. That's basically all there is to it. The good thing is, since this is fairly linear level, we shouldn't have too much trouble finding all the stuff. It's just all in sort of hidden alcoves and such.
This button opens the door.
Let's see what happens when we press this button. Does it open the door? Well, it opens a door. Let's see what happens when you go here. Oh, there's a blue button. Very nice, very clever. Let's pretend we didn't see that. I'm pretty sure that was in the base game regardless. Guess I'll just go this way then. We come across these new enemies, which I feel are only in 2 levels. This one and another rainforesty level we're going to be visiting later. Ninjas. They're quite fast, but if you can just find a way to easily immobilize them, they're fairly easy to take down. Really the perfect weapon to use the Frosty Rang on, from my experience. As yeah, the Frosty Rang, it's a little bit different compared to the ranks we've gotten before, whereas most ranks just damage an enemy, with the Flame Rang being the best at doing them out of all of them so far. This one is a little bit different. It doesn't damage the enemy at least right away. It instead freezes them in a block of ice, making them easy for you to just take down with a quick bite. There's certain enemies which this is especially beneficial on. I'll see if I can showcase it with some of the enemies we'll be coming across as we proceed. I think that's everything here. Moving on. Well, I mean, I do quite like the general sort of look and feel of this level. I always sort of preferred it over Walk in the Park, honestly. Like, Walk in the Park has better music, I'd say, but I definitely prefer how, I suppose, bright this level is by comparison. Kind of weird that there's just a massive block of ice here in the middle of a rainforest, but again, this is in Australia that somehow has snowy Alps, so I think it's better if I just stop asking these sort of questions.
To reach the other side. Yeah, go ahead, go on. Oh, they're delicious. You'll love them.
Yeah, so he's telling you to bite these ones, and they just lead over to that mud pit over there. We'll be going back to later. Right now, we just want to bite these ones. This cool little sequence here, which is fairly easy to go through.
And do as I say.
And instead of leeches, we have these little ticks here, which explode into blackcurrant juice. Or plum juice, if you were a Rayman enthusiast. Oh, there's another invisible crate. And if we come up here, look. Again, just going to ignore that for the time being. What am I saying? I said it right out the gate, I'm going to be ignoring the invisible crates. Anyways, if we go in here, it's another one of these bouncy tree trunk sections. Well, except this one just has a cog in it. Still pretty fun regardless, and no fall damage still. Let's see what this Frosty Rang does to a spider, since of course bites is basically the only real way we have at the moment of dealing with spiders. Spiders. This is the way they jump as well, it's unnerving. Oh no, you don't. Come over here and we get to trigger this platform to get at that Thunder Egg. Very nice. We just have to make our way back, it seems. We're supposed to be going that way, but let's head back and just get that founder egg real quick. Oh, and I missed an opal down here as well. That would have been embarrassing. Another crate over there. Yeah, I've already made my case about the invisible crate last time. They're a lot easier to pick out, but I feel that still just sort of nullifies the Infrarang a lot. I mean, it's definitely useful in certain situations, but it's not quite something you'd necessarily be relying on as much. So speaking of which, I may as well showcase the Infrarangs. Well, basically what the Infrarang does, I've shown the I've shown basically what it did when we got it, but I just want to go over it a little bit more here. So we switch to the Infrarang, and it makes this little sonar sound just constantly whilst you're around these invisible crates, meaning if you're having a hard time finding them, you can get a little grating from my experience, especially in some place like Snow Warriors where the crates just blend into the background a lot better. Not to worry though, since, as I said, these all contain, you know, like concept art, which is a cool little thing, but I've already unlocked it, so we'll go over that at the end. Yeah, the linear level of this stage really makes it quite easy to just pick out a lot of the collectibles. Except for this little bit. Remember the water slides from the start of the game? They're back! And they're more deadly than ever. They're, from my experience, it's a lot easier to just run into things on the slides here compared to the ones in Walk in the Park, so treading extra carefully. And to make it even better, it splits off into multiple paths. At most 3 from what I recall. So we're going to be spending a fair bit of time just collecting the opals around here and just... I'm still amazed that this game from 2002 still has better water slide sections than Sonic Forces. Just, I know it's something I ragged on a fair bit last time, but it's just boggling to me. Like, the water slides in this game were pretty much the first thing I thought of when I got to those particular sections in Forces, and I mean, the fact that you can just have the game mostly play itself in Forces with those water slides, for the most part, at least at launch. It's kind of hilarious, especially compared to here whereas if you were to try it here, you would almost certainly die. Just from running into all the rocks. And honestly, I feel this is one of the areas of this part of the game where I'm most worried about dying. This and the boss, which I have a lot of things to say about, to the point where I actually tried practicing the boss fight a little bit beforehand, before the stream, so hopefully we don't die. Hopefully. Okay, one more run should do it, and oh yeah, we get these little shield netties. We're going to be seeing these a fair bit in this part of the game, at least here and in another level. They're basically like the cricket lizards, except they don't have projectiles and are just let's just say a bit trickier to take down than some of the more traditional enemies. I'm pretty sure these fellas have projectiles as well. You know what, I'm gonna see if I can find some pie, some health ups, so We can proceed without risk of just rapidly dying on the slide of this third time around. There's got to be some pie somewhere around here. Surely I didn't eat all of it on the way here. Ah, there we go. Lovely, lovely picnic basket. Lovely. Yeah, thinking about it, I do definitely prefer the music to Walk in the Park. Just... it's so relaxing to listen to, especially on a rainy day. It's just really one of those great mood setters, whereas here it's more, I guess it's befitting of Lenny, I suppose, with his more tricksy nature with all these twisty-turny paths and hijinks and antics and malarkey. Word salad. It's definitely fine, but I feel especially, it's not one of the strongest bits of music in the game so far. Wow, we're already at 240 opals. I'm pretty sure by the end of this we're going to have 250. Are we going to get 250? Come on. 47, 48, 49, 250. This is the fastest I think I've gotten opals so far. It's crazy. Got these little funny things which vibrate when you run over them. Not sure what the point of them is, but it's fun regardless. Just a lot of fun stuff here. And a lot of optional paths that we can go down. You know, I want to try the Megarang on these fellas. Yep. Suppose at the very least it's good for stunning them so you can get in close without them doing anything. Got that going for me, but it really feels as though the game has been designed in a way where you don't really need the techno rangs. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm kind of curious actually as to how much I've actually used the techno rank so far, because most of the time it just sort of defaulted to, you know, Flamerang, Frostygrang, regular Boomerang. I mean, Zoomerang near the start when I was just testing it out, but aside from that, it's just been mostly fire and ice. Well, to be fair, I would rather play it than play this than fire and ice. No, you don't. No, you don't. You thought you had me there, didn't you? Just gonna wander around here a fair bit. Fair few hidey holes we can go into, like this one right here. Let's see. Hello, Sheila. I imagine we're going to be seeing a fair bit of you in this part of the game.
Ty, this is terrible. Boss Cass has stolen all the water.
Well, that's no good.
Indeed. I think these levers could reverse the flow and fill the lake again.
Oh, just 5 conveniently placed levers in a sequential order.
Hey, no worries.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those missions, isn't it? Look, they even have, like, skeletons in here. Just... I'm not even sure how these got here, considering this is an enclosed space. This is a box canyon in the middle of nowhere. How did these cows get here? Do I want to know? Probably not. Let's get out of here. Okay, just trying to get my bearings. Yeah, these fellas aren't the most difficult. Feels as though there should be an item back here, but maybe it's just me. Nice little fun platforming here. Not quite Danger Spike, but still happy memories regardless.
Princess Orchid is inside.
Is she really, though? That's the question.
Is that the time? Oh, I gotta go. I got something else to do. Yeah, I'm whipping up some fried calamari. Woo,
Can I join you afterwards? I like calamari. Well, knowing you, it's probably not calamari, isn't it? 293 opals. It's going to be quite the task trying to find them all. But oh, hey, levers. Let's just rack them off in a sequence. Kumsa. And I'm going to take the time to jump into this tunnel here because I'm pretty sure. Yep, it's another little section. It's one of these tower sections which is seen throughout the game. Just honestly, these sort of areas just remind me of Cannon's Core from Adventure 2. I feel it's that. It came out around a similar time, and this series does tend to take a lot of inspiration from, especially Adventure 2. Wow. So yeah, 298. I'm going to scour this bit of the map just to make sure we didn't miss any along the way. Otherwise, it's going to be a long walk back to the start, isn't it? And just like that, the lake's grown back, but it's mostly just foliage, so...
Job well done. Now the lake's back to normal thanks to you.
Really?
Oh, by the way, something popped out of the pipes when the water started flowing. Would you like it?
Thanks a bunch. I just didn't talk to her again.
Oh, this is wonderful. Now I can take the children boating.
How can you take the children boating? There's hardly any water. It's mostly just marshland. Ugh. Wild and crazy world of Australia, am I right? Let's see. Okay, we're going this way. I said this is the most linear level possibly in the game. Possibly even more linear than 2-Up, I'd say, because at least 2-Up had that little fun side area. Seems fairly, Gonna try the multi-rank here. Yeah, I think some of these are the most capable the most capable of Cass's goons we've seen so far, because from what I've seen, the main sort of thesis is to just rush you with a shield, similar to the Frill Lizards, but a little bit slower. Yeah, I think I might have missed some opals near the start. I'm just going to quickly head back real quick before we go rescue Princess Orchid so we can sort of knock out most of the stuff in here in one go. Nothing over here. May as well go down to get this cog. Well, we're still missing one. Where could it have possibly gone? It's probably back at the beginning as well, now that I think about it. Let's go. Just gonna scour the mean streets of this part of the rainforest before we move on. At the very least, we can skip the water slide now. That's nice. Or we could just go and see what the race is about. I feel there might have been somewhere that just missed somewhere. I'm gonna just try megabyting in random errors just to check. It is kind of weird that we haven't got a signal magnet yet, but I suppose it gives a little bit of extra utility to the megabytes. At least I'm pretty sure it's the megabyte. Could be the super bytes or something of that nature. Let's see, you got that. Got the cog over there. What am I missing? It has to be something pretty substantial to miss an entire cog. Knowing me, after walking the park, it's probably all the way back at the start, isn't it?
Follow me and do as I say.
Weirdly enough, no stopwatch here. I may have to come back and actually do...
Follow me and do as
Yeah, it's probably just going to be something I'm going to have to go and see once I've rescued Princess Orchid, but kind of weird that I missed the whole cog somehow. Where could it have gone?
do as I say.
Yeah, I was thinking this whole level could just be over and done with like that, but apparently even now it's causing me issues. I try to imagine what the rest of the levels are going to be like. I imagine this is probably going to be the longest part just because of that.
Follow me and do as I say.
Yeah, I think I just missed it somewhere.
Bite these spy eggs to reach the other side. Yeah, come on.
I don't want to have to go back and check, but
Follow me and do as I say.
at this rate I feel, just to keep things in shorts, I may have to. Was it in the spiders thing, wasn't it? Let's just check in the spider den again. Empty. I'm gonna check the water slide again just to be safe.
This water slide is pretty dangerous. Hey, wait right here. Yeah, right there. Don't move.
I mean, Lenny is definitely entertaining with his performance, but I can't help but feel that it gets a bit much. It's a bit much after a while. I feel there was a maybe another path, a third path to that area with some opals where I might have missed. Ho hum. And there's still that last cog, which... How could I have possibly missed that? But... Just gonna take it real nice and steady. Okay, it was probably just the upper route circling back. Pretty certain I got everything on the water slide.
Follow me and do as I say.
I will admit, with regards to missing stuff and having to go back for a level over again, I'd still definitely prefer this over, let's just say, certain levels which involve a certain space colony. I'm sure you know the one. Where could these opals have gone? They're probably just very, very close to the end, aren't they? Oh wait! That's where the last cog was. I just forgot about it. Who knows, maybe the last opals are up on that little walkway as well. One can only hope. So yeah, we just go this way, and... not seeing any more opals. But I am seeing the last cog. Lovely. So you're just going to equip the flame rank to this next part because I Yeah, I'm just gonna go visit Princess Orchid, see what that whole rigmarole's about. I was hoping to cap this off at the end, but apparently the game has different ideas. So that being said, let's just venture in and this is literally just a wall. Never mind, we're just in here now in this dark shack, and there he is. He looks just like me. Except with just whole skull paraphernalia.
Now, I'm gonna mess with you.
Bring it. I believe this is the only time the lock-on is going to be useful. Also, I'm pretty sure this, our new friend here has the, basically the highest defense or the largest health bar of any enemy we've faced so far. While also having the potential... Just thinking, this is probably the one enemy who would probably undo me the most, so I'm gonna... yeah, the Mega Rang is probably the best weapon to use against Sly. It's you don't have to use it, but I found in the past Mega Rang's generally your best bet.
I can't believe it. No one's ever beaten me in battle before. You haven't seen the last of me.
Alright, Sly, take care. Just jump for the platform. Oh, thanks for the Thunder Egg. Much appreciated. Whoever you are. Anyways, let's go into this little cabin here.
Hey, you! Lyrebird! The name's Lenny, yeah, and I got witnesses to prove it.
What are you up to, Lenny?
Listen, buddy, I left something very shiny and valuable inside, but it's caught in the furnace. If you heat the furnace with those...
How'd you lose you something shiny in the furnace?
See, no, hey, no, wait, look, this time I'm telling the truth.
Alright, may as well see what happens when we hit it with the flamerangs. I know how this is supposed to work, but let's just go. Just, you know, hit it. Gets hotter and hotter and vibrates more, and kablooey. Damn it, I skipped the dialogue. I'm gonna have to do it again. Oh, that actually damages you.
Wow! What, you don't trust me? Maybe you should try heating the furnace faster.
So yeah, what you're supposed to do here, if you couldn't tell, considering it's Lenny, just use the frosty rangs to just cool it right down until it gets like a little cold or something. Like the furnace, yep, and it's just coughs up a Thunder Egg.
See, I told you I had a surprise. Did I? I did. Next time, trust your Uncle Lenny.
Oh, you beauty!
So yeah. Well, just gonna check. Only thing left are those 2 opals and the race. I'm pretty sure you can guess what the race is going to be. Yeah, I'm just going to replenish my health. Could have sworn there was... I'll admit I'm a little stumped as to the location of these last 2 opals. Like, pretty sure I checked everywhere. Yes, for now we're just going to have to head back and do the time trial. I feel there should be a faster way to get back to the start, but My memory fails me in that regard. Sorry. Yeah, nothing over here either. And again, So yeah, no stopwatch over here, so we're just gonna have to trudge all the way back to the start. I will admit, this is starting to make me want to play Sonic Adventure again at some point. You know, I did that as my first stream, just, you know, not really knowing what I was doing and just wanted to get something on the board just to get me the momentum going and whatnot. But I kind of want to go back and do it again now that I've improved, question mark. I mean, the way I'm playing obviously doesn't show it, but at least I have a fair understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. So I may as well take the time out to thank you personally for, you know, sticking with the channel, watching the VODs, and I don't want to be that sort who sort of, you know, begs for comments, likes, and subscriptions, but I would like to see some engagement at the very least. I'm not nagging or anything, just, yeah, I want to sort of engage more and see what everyone else wants to me to tackle and, you know, possibly discuss, possibly make videos and such. Stuff that I want to do is just finding the time and the will to really step forward and go for it and learn and all that good stuff. Of course, there's another invisible crate up there. Should have known. Alright, this is probably going to be the hardest race, mostly with regards to avoiding damage. Yep, there we go. Already off to a good start, and let's see, going this way, gonna make the jump. Not sure how he managed to get so far ahead of me already, but jeez, I still love this music. It's great. Oh, that was actually pretty close.
I did it! Wow, you won! You got lucky as all. But fair is fair. Next time I'll beat you. Sweet.
Now to run for the whole level again, just beg and plead to find those last two opals. I swear I must have missed them somewhere. This is gonna drive me up the wall. We pretty much cleared this area. Pretty sure I cleared this area, though Lenny saying jump to the other side here didn't really happen. I got the opals down there. Pretty sure I got everything down here. You know, I got the flower, I got the cog there, Bilby there, cog here. And again, It's a shame that I can't really do jump cuts here, otherwise I'd, I most certainly would, because I can guarantee this probably isn't the best viewing experience. Let's see. Over here, no. Oh. The only other place I can think of it being is back on the water slide, but I'm pretty sure I got everything on there. I mean, I might be wrong. Probably am wrong thinking about it. Could have sworn I could have easily missed off something around here. I feel that could have been very easy for me to do. May as well check the water slide again. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't check out the jump again. Could have very easily just missed off a whole couple of opals down here and not even been aware of it. Kind of weird that there's just these random steam effects just dotted around here and there. I'm gonna try the far one this time. I could have... Did I miss something down here? Pretty certain that I didn't. Yeah, what is going on here? Pretty sure I'm gonna... Well, I would say I'm pretty sure I might get comments with regards to, well, the opals were there this whole time, you dumb. Of that sort of ilk, kind of feel that I've, sort of exhausted all the stuff I had to talk about with regards to this level, unfortunately. I think I got everything on the slide. Which means there must be 2 opals down here which I somehow missed. See, nothing over here, nothing over here. Just sort of, it's like, where's a magnet when you need one? This is strange and unusual, and I'm quite perturbed. I think I'm gonna have to go and check something just so I can be sure that I've not encountered any sort of glitch or anything. So if you'll please excuse me, I'll just I'll be back momentarily, but until then, feel free to just have a break of your own. I'll be back soon. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just going to quit out the level and, since we got all the other stuff in here anyways, I'm just gonna go over here and just run for this again just to get all the opals. It's, not something that I was overly keen on doing, but... well, we don't have to do anything else in the... Oh! All the opals are still just... I still have 298, so... we might be in with a shout after all, but I am down a megabyte, so... hopefully those 2 opals which I missed have somehow mysteriously respawned, so...
This button opens the door.
I can just quickly knock those off and we can be on our way.
As I say.
I'm willing to bet they have something to do with the crates, because I remember something with regards to the crates in these later levels. They can cause opals to just despawn, and you do kind of need a magnet at certain points. At least from my prior knowledge. Could be wrong.
Follow me and do as I say.
Could have just completely missed off 2 opals altogether and they're just memory hold, but you know, pretty soon I just covered pretty much all the bases. You got the ones over there, got the ones around the spy eggs.
Follow me and do as I say.
Oh, you can actually kill the mites with the flamerang. I somehow figuring that out only now. Let's see, got the yep, I knew it. That happens again. I should have known. Here I was thinking I was going crazy, and in fact the game just screwed me. I can only hope that this isn't going to be a recurring thing with the later 2 levels, because I'd rather make it through this with my sanity intact and without dying, preferably. Come on.
Follow me and do
I'm pretty sure I can find a pie somewhere nearby, but I'm just going to see if I can clear all out this stuff with the mega rank. Yep. Nice and quickly. So yeah, Liar Pants on Fire. It's definitely quite a pivotal level with regards to the game, but I feel... admittedly, it's not one of my favorites. Definitely feel at this point of the game a lot of the sort of big favorite iconic levels are sort of behind us, though. A lot of the levels coming up I'd still say are pretty good in their own right. I'm just gonna grab me some pie and move on. Just get me out of here. I want to move on to the next level pronto, please. And there we go, Liar Pants on Fire. Not the way I would have preferred to end it, but there we go. Let's move on to... Rex marks the spot. I feel this would be a good level to move on to. It's one that I have a fair few memories of.
Sun, sand, surf, sharks and sea mines. There's
It's also arguably a collector's nightmare.
barrier reef. Just don't forget to slap on the old sunscreen.
Slap on the old sunscreen. So yeah, this is the biggest and most open map in the entire game, with a lot of swimming in it.
G'day, Ty. Rex and I are looking for pirate treasure.
Pirate treasure? Sweet.
I downloaded a map off that internet thingy.
That internet thingy.
Where Wedgwood's treasure is buried.
Wedgwood's treasure?
Yeah, you can tell this was 2002.
The southern seas. But he left pirating to try something even more cutthroat.
Like what?
Teaching.
Yeah, it is pretty cutthroat.
That he buried his treasure on one of
Ah, what a way to brighten my mood, only to bring it back down again.
decipher the entire map. But I think it's some sort of treasure hunt that starts on Crab Island. Could you take a look for me?
Sure, no worries.
So yeah, I think to start off with, we're just gonna play it safe and just stick to the route. Yeah, it's Opal's down here incentivizing us to go this way, so we're gonna go this way. And hopefully not get lost along the way, because with a map as big as this, it's very, very easy to lose track of Opals. And just be left for hours and hours just trying to find one. Whilst it is one of the better levels in the game, I would say that in terms of collection, there's nothing more nightmarish than just getting stuck with 299 opals in this level and just having to walk the earth for eons trying to find it. Anyways, we've got more of these fun crab fellas from shipwrecks. This is basically just in fact, I'm pretty sure 2 out of 3 of these levels are just sort of shipwrecks and walk in the park plus. So that makes me wonder about some of the other level themes they might have gone with if they had more time with this this game. See, I think I got all the opals around here. I might be wrong. Probably am, and already we got a whole bunch of stuff here with these noisy boats in the distance setting off explosives.
Ahoy there, matey.
Ahoy!
You be searching for old Wedgwood's treasure, then an anchor-shaped rock will give ye pleasure.
I see a cog at the very least. That gives me pleasure. Not like that. Easier. I'm just going to wander over here for a bit, and oh, it's that weird sea thing down here. I know it's based on a proper fish, but I never quite remember the name.
They have been tearing around the neighborhood for the last week, causing all sorts of strife. If you can make them stop, I've got a present for you.
Oh, is she able to talk underwater and somehow communicate with Tai, who is above water? I keep asking questions that I shouldn't be doing, and I need to stop anyways. The whole thing about this is that you need to hit them when they're setting off their explosives so they go down with the ship, as it were. And even do the funny little salute as well, watch. And yeah, arguably one of the easiest thunder eggs in the game. At least this part of the game.
Hear that?
Hear what?
That wonderful silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Thanks.
Well, I'll be off.
Oh, yeah, your reward. Will this do? I don't know what it is, but sure is pretty.
You beauty!
I'm pretty sure that's the same you beauty from Crikey's Cove. As you may notice, as we get further into the game, they start reusing a lot of lines. I feel this island in particular could be prone to missing off opals, so, you know, best be methodical about it. Just breaking open one crate at a time. I feel the didgeridoo part of this song gets used in a fair few other tracks in this later games. I know it's a similar bass line is used in the Southern Rivers theme for Tai Furry. Quite looking forward to going into that one, by the way. That one pleasantly surprised me when I first played it. Oh yeah, there's that big island over there, I think. Or at least one big island. Quite a few fun activities to do on this level, I will say. I can see why this sort of level design would sort of inform and really sort of influence for later games, especially like Tai 2. That's another game I'm also looking forward to playing. That's probably already said it before, but I may as well say it again. Of the series of which have been released on Steam, Tai 2 has become my favorite of the three. Again, just with regards to these HD re-releases, which, you know, aside from some minor qualms with the how the HD upgrades alter the art style a little bit, I'd still say that, all things considered, they are still the definitive editions of these games. I was thinking at this point in the game I'd usually, if it's not the mega ranks that I'm normally using at this point, it's usually, let's just say, another rank which we haven't unlocked yet, which will be the next rank, methinks. As of course, since we're getting up to that point, you know, we're only promised 72 fun dregs in total, meaning this is the last area with levels. At least with collectibles in them. Means we're getting up to the last few techno ranks as well. And let's just say there's one in particular which I'm very much looking forward to getting. It's arguably the best rank in the game. Arguably. Definitely has its shortcomings though. There are unique shortcomings which I'll tell you about once we're out of this level. Hopefully I won't have too much trouble with opals. Convenient looking fun drag up here as we come up to what I think is, yeah, it's another one of the most hazardous areas in the game, at least at this point. I imagine there's another point which is going to be coming up next stream, which I'm going to be especially nervous about. As of right now, however, it's fairly fine. Yeah, this is the other level where these shield netties come into play. Honestly, I kind of wish I'd gone with beyond the other level, which we get in this section first, so we could play this last, so we could really wreak some havoc. But I felt that thematically the other level would make more sense as being the last one, for reasons which we'll see once we get into it. Actually, thinking about it with Crikey, this probably would have been the best one thematically to do first. Oh well. Let's check inside this cave and hopefully not die. Already we're off to a good start with the return of these spikes from Walk in the Park. Kind of weird these those spike traps haven't been used more often throughout the game, and yep, lava. Because if Australia's known for many things, known for anything really, it's for its active volcanoes. Yeah, just these lava pockets here just bring back memories of Citadark. And yeah, just whole big gauntlet here where we can easily succumb to being hit with lava flows. Thankfully there is no burn damage in this game, but lava still hurts regardless, and would you look at that, there's actually one of those invincibility power-ups. I believe this is the only other place in the game you actually see them. Actually, I tell a lie, they exist in one other level, which we haven't gotten to yet. Okay, very nearly out of the volcano now. Honestly, doing slightly better than I was anticipating. Yeah. Aside from the invisible crate in there, I don't think there's anything else for me to go back to, but that's another slightly less easy Thunder Egg. Very nice. Anyways, I think the opals were guiding me this way. There's our anchor-shaped rock, and there's our line of opals lined by buoys. Let's roll out. By the way, it feels kind of crazy just how fast Ty can swim in this game. Especially considering at the start he didn't know how to swim at all, which is hilarious. And oh yeah, these beach huts. You could set them on fire. You could also do the same in shipwrecks, but obviously we didn't have the flame ranks back then. Just gonna venture around, see if I can actually find anything else. Nope. Guess it comes down to trying to figure out how to get on those platforms, which I'm thinking, yeah, on this anchor, and we just hop, skip, and jump all the way over to the cog. For some reason I remember struggling with this particular cog as a kid. Part of the reason why I never actually got all the techno ranks. Alright, let's have a look. Avast landlubber! Bold Island!
So hurry on up, is what she must do.
It is certainly bald. I'm pretty sure it's absolutely blinding in the evening sun. Oh, he's just sort of sat here, okay.
Army hearties. If clues that rhyme to give ye a smile, then coconut shores will surely beguile.
I do like all these names though, just generally naming different parts of these various maps. It's something which I've come to appreciate a lot, especially in the later games. It's one of those things that really help give these sort of places and situations character. That's what I like about these games, just the character. Not sure if you 100% need the Zoomerang for that particular cog there, but it certainly helps, I'll just say that. Just gonna switch to the Frosty Ranger a little bit. How fitting considering this bright, sunny Australian beach day. You know, fun in the sun with a nice little, just running around with blocks of ice in my hand. I just want to check over here, see if I missed... Nope, doesn't look like I missed any opals. I mean, I probably missed some opals, but not here. And oh yeah, big barracudas over there. They're gonna be hairy to go up against. Boing, boing. Oh yeah, and that's one thing. From my knowledge, unless specified otherwise, I'm pretty sure the Frosty Ram can be used to freeze any enemy, which, let's just say, makes them a lot more easy to just sort of close in for the bites. You're less likely to take damage, at least. So whether or not these can be considered more powerful than the Flame Rangs, I suppose it's up for debate, really. Flamerang does more damage and has its own utility, whereas really they have their own sets of utility, just different ways of being stronger than the various other boomerangs we've acquired. Pretty sure this was Coconut Shores. Starting to wrap around fairly close to the start, so I might have accidentally took in a wrong turn. Just gonna quickly grab these opals real quick, going past all these sea mines and barracudas. Or are they just massive eels? They are pretty big and fearsome looking though. Wow, 200 opals already. I feel we've only explored just a part of the map. I feel I shouldn't have come here yet, considering we still have quests to go on, but that's where the opals led me. Pretty sure there was also an item hidden around here somewhere too. Could have sworn it. Maybe it was in another spot which looked very similar to this. I'm probably just imagining some things. Let's see if we can go back to finding Coconut Shores, which... Oh, that's nice. It actually highlights the treasure chest on the map, so... you don't get lost. I like that. I was gonna say I missed off an opal there, but nope, it's just a cog. May as well quickly run and grab that before we proceed. Oh dear. That could have very nearly been the end of me. Those sea mines in general just... they really just sort of make you tense, don't they? Okay, let's have a look at
Yo ho ho! Deep underwater is where ye must go. To a shipwreck called Janie to see the next show.
a ship called Janie, eh? I feel we're getting close to the end now, and... oh yeah, I remember, it was for this one which you needed to, use the Frosty Rang's, main utility aside from putting out fires, which is to create ice cubes in water. Because you can even create ice cubes in water. That never gets old, doesn't it? It can even create ice cubes, it can even create ice... never mind. Yeah, it's, I remember that from an old playthrough of this game from, like, yonks ago. And they mentioned that being a little glitch they experienced on a prior playthrough where the audio just sort of loops on that ice cubes in water line. Needless to say, I got a, well, I at least found it amusing. Okay, 242. That's the treasure chest, so I, what is that over there, I wonder? It looks like a crate. I'm gonna go grab it. I know I'm going off the beaten path, but I don't want to risk missing anything and just wandering over here for the next hour, like, just like what happened last time. Let's just say I'm certainly glad that they put less of an emphasis on this collectathon style for the future games. And I'll have a lot more to say, hopefully have a lot more to say about it by the very end, as we're starting to get near the very end. But yeah. Let's just say I'm glad that they managed to carve out their own little identity. With regards to these mascot 3D platforms, because of course with it being 2002 they were super prevalent back in the day, about as prevalent as, you know, the zombie craze, the battle royale craze. Just really feels like the gaming industry just exists in cycles, just moving on to the next big thing, whether it's mascot platformers, first-person shooters, zombie games, battle royales, extraction shooters, etc. Who knows what the next big thing could be. I mean, it's probably going to be another shooter type of genre anyway. They seem to be all the rage still. But you never know. Could be something entirely different that just smashes in out of left field and takes the world by storm. Now's a good time, I think. There we go. Just had to wait around a little bit for that one. Moved back to the volcano. Oh, there's that looks like an opal over there that I missed. Lucky that I spotted that one. Yeah, there's just an opal, just randomly just laying around here. Lucky I spotted that one, and oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of different opals hanging around over there. I'm gonna go over there next. Oh, here's Janie.
Shiver me timbers. From island to island, you glided, jumped, and
How do you know I can glide?
now return to the start to see where I am.
So yeah, it basically just loops back to the big islands which we start off at. As is always the case with these sort of treasure hunts, always just leading you back to the to where you started. I remember when Suburban Nights did that back when I thought, you know, those sort of films were actually good. It's definitely been a long time since I've seen stuff like Suburban Nights, and honestly, I'm not sure whether or not I want to keep it that way, because it's definitely been a while, and well, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen at least, it's a lot less funny than I would have given it credit back when I was a dumb kid. You know, that and, you know, Kick-Ass-Ya. I don't actually remember a lot about To Boldly Flee, though, for honest. That's one which, even to me is just sort of, been memory hold. Aside from the Judge Dredd bit and the, earworm distraction song. Still not as good as the one from the Funny Stickman game, but still quite the earworm. Can I make... Yes. Pretty sure I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did it anyways. That's at Skull Island. It really is just a big skull at the top of that. I mean, sure, that can't be a natural formation, couldn't it? I mean, there I go again, trying to get all technical and specific about these artistic choices in this children's game. I guess that's just how my head works. Just trying to find logic in places where there isn't any. Or something to that effect. Okay, I feel as though we're starting to really come up now on the last of them. Let's see. So yeah, 293. So there's potentially 2 opals that are just somehow omitted on the way here. I'm gonna see if I can find them. They're probably somewhere along the lines of Coconut Shores. somewhere around here, methinks. I did stray off the path a little bit. There's probably also some cogs around here, which I've neglected. Nope, this is just the start all the way on to Crab Island. My mistake. I do definitely prefer this track to Lilar Pants on Fire, though. That's definitely has a nice little tropical feel to it. Definitely fits the locale. Once again, it's one of those things that just sort of gets grating the longer you're here. Oh, there's a Bilby here that I missed. Good to know. Yeah, I'm thinking it was probably around Coconut Shores. Oh, there's just a random button here. I wonder what that does. Oh, so that moves the platform so I didn't have to create ice cubes in water. That's how it goes. I figure there was probably some opals which I missed around this island. It is one of the larger ones. Actually, hold on. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, you can't knock down those particular coconuts like in Shipwrecks. I will say though, I think all things considered, I do kind of prefer Shipwrecks with regards to the music and the color palettes as well. Like, got the cool volcano here, but generally I think I prefer Shipwrecks. Oh, that was just another crate here. Yep. Once again, 298. 2 opals in this whole massive map, which I somehow missed. I can only hope they didn't just glitch out of existence like last time. Let's just check to see what we're still missing. We're still missing Bilbies, we're still missing time trials. Still missing a Thunder Egg and some cogs. So, you know, hopefully we'll run into them on the way. Just gonna check down here because there's probably a cog down here. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, there's a cog. And there's one left in the whole of the thing, and oh, that's not very nice. Where could these last 2 opals be, I wonder? I can only hope this isn't going to be a recurring thing throughout the whole stream. Another invisible crate there. It's just... it has this weird sort of glowing effect to it. I'm not sure if you can very easily pick it up on the stream, but... weirdly enough, it just seems to glow. At least on my screen. Let's see, Anchor Rock. Just sort of trying to work my way back. Okay, there was 1 opal here that I missed. So meaning there's 1 opal in this whole level which I still haven't found. Oh, never mind. Oh, that was so anticlimactic. Oh, there's a another Thunder Egg, it seems. This is the alleged Geyser Hop. The Geyser Hop. Geyser Hop? Geyser Hop. Let's see how we fare on it. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too remotely hard, but it's just generally a fair bit of fun playing with the geysers from Shipwrecks. Sort of weird that that was one of the key things that they showcased in the you know, like little cartoony promotional trailer that they released like a year or two ago. It's definitely weird that that's the main thing that they honed in on, just Ty riding atop one of those geysers. Let's see, still got 2 bilbies to find. Certainly hope that's not going to be the one thing that undoes me. I feel there might have been one back in the volcano thinking about it. I might need to go back and check. But first, I didn't check out Skull Island all that much, so we may as well have a look over there first before scouring the whole level of this final bilby. I'll be honest, the whole opal thing definitely wasn't as bad as I was initially anticipating it to be. Oh, here we go. This I think is going to lead us to a bilby. These little platforms here, which are just conveniently tall enough for me to step on, even though we're in the water. With somehow one of these giant Volplume flowers on top of it. Not sure how these grow around here, but regardless, that's another bilby, meaning there's one left which I need to find. Lovely jubbly. And yep, there's good old Wedgwood.
You did it. You found Wedgwood.
This is just another of his speakerphones.
Searched far and wide, ye landlubber ye. Now here be me treasure, so go, let me be.
Ugh. Well, one thing's for certain.
Yeah, what's that?
Wedgwood was a pirate, not a poet.
Yeah, had a boat and couldn't row it.
Well, look
I always got a little chuckle out of that line, I'll be honest. Never really got why.
Who would have guessed?
You little ripper!
Yeah, I will admit this is one of the levels which I tended to replay a lot as a kid. Just a lot of fun to go through from my experience. So yeah, there was a whole little section on Skull Island which I omitted when I first set off from the start. So I'm just gonna go through that, then we'll do the race against Rex, because of course it's a race against Rex. It's a barrier reef level, of course it's a race against Rex. And then we'll see how we fare against finding this bilby. For all I know, it could be still on this island. Let's see, just gonna check these straw huts to see if there's anything of note in them. Okay, there's an item in there. And wouldn't you know it, there's a cog over here too. Which makes the last of the cogs in this level. So there's just a few things that we still need to catch up on. There's a whole nother Thunder Egg here which I've so far omitted, so since we're here we may as well go do that one. I'll admit it's one that I'm fairly rusty at doing since I didn't do it an awful lot as a kid for reasons which will become more apparent as we get into it. Weirdly enough, no bilby down here either. Also kind of weird that the flame ranks just aren't setting fire to absolutely everything around me. Like, all this is a lush grass in the Australian outback. You'd think I'd just be a walking bushfire. Anyways, here's Rex.
Elle and I have been looking for treasure.
Bonza!
We've discovered the secret location of Parrotbeard's long-lost booty. It's inside this cave, but there's
It's such a shame that Booty has taken on such an entirely different
8 legs. Oh no!
definition nowadays.
I hate spiders.
Well, you're in luck, doll. It's a giant octopus.
Yeah.
Could you keep it busy while we gather the treasure?
Little octopus fellow over here definitely freaked me out when I was a kid. Like, look at the way those tentacles move. They're just so unnatural looking.
Shoot the tentacles!
Alright, so... just a matter of being as accurate as possible. Music as well also freaked me out a little bit. It's just so much more hectic compared to what was seen throughout most of the game. Yeah, this shouldn't be too difficult. We're just sort of trying to keep the tentacles out of their way. Even the sound it makes as well, it's not, it's a little unnerving from when I was a kid. Otherwise, it's basically just a similar setup to the whole shooting the boulders to beat the blue tongues and walk in the park. I feel there should have been more of these sections in the game, to be honest. It's weird that there's only 2. Yeah, we're starting to get to the point now where a lot more tentacles are cropping up. It's starting to get a little bit trickier, so we're just going to have to be a bit more proactive. I'm sure you can make a few jokes about me with regards to these tentacles, but I don't think I'll be making them here. I think it's only 3 times we have to do it. Okay, it was only 3.
Kept that giant octopus off our backs.
We couldn't have done it without you, doll.
Aww.
Here's your share.
Wicked!
How many more Thunder Eggs were in that stash? Just curious. Yeah, well, we only need 2 more from here anyways. And yeah, just for clarification's sake, the picture frames don't contribute anything to completion rates. That's why I'm not getting them. All they really do, as I said previously, is just unlock concept art, so that'll be a nice little thing to end the stream with. Well, end the playthrough with.
What are your legs?
Steel flippers.
What are they gonna do?
Hurl me through the water. I hope.
Ho-ho, let's race!
So yeah, another Rex race. This time, there's a lot more water, so you're gonna have to really make the most of it, because Rex can definitely tear it up in the water. There's also something else which I never really got as a kid, the whole steel flippers thing. Surely you just sink. I really need to stop doing that, just trying to get all technical and nerdy about it. It's not doing me any good. What is doing me good though is this music, love it. These crazy guitar tracks just always put me in a mood to just smile. I think I'm doing okay so far, just trying to make the most use of my running speed. Just Ty's endurance is just insane. You know, just running across all these islands, swimming non-stop. Reminds me of a little plot point from the 3rd game, which I'll hold on to for later, if that's alright with you. Not entirely certain where Rex is, but I'm guessing I'm ahead. I don't really see him. Could have been faster, but I'm just in it for the Thunder Egg. Sea monkey's uncle.
You're a corker of a swimmer, mate. Here, you deserve this.
Sweet.
Okay, so there's just the Bilby, which I still need to find. It's the... oh, it's the little sister lost and alone out here. Just gonna check real quick. So we're not here too long, because obviously we have 1 more level to go, which is arguably going to be the most nightmarish with regards to collectibles. Let's see, just trying to think of areas which I've already covered so far. Definitely cleared this island. Coconut, definitely got the bilby over there. Obviously, you know, I'm gonna go check the volcano. It's probably in there. Okay, the volcano's around this direction. Gotcha. Let's just say I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the volcano. Or at least somewhere in the vicinity. Oh, almost just walked right into those spikes there. Just really gotta be careful. This is, like I said, arguably one of the most hazardous areas so far. Not the most hazardous, but definitely pretty dangerous. Plenty dangerous, even. This would be a good spot to hide a bilby though, wouldn't it? Plus it gives me an opportunity to use this power-up. Let's do it. Just wreak havoc all throughout this magma cavern. Pretty sure this pie here is once again supposed to be another extra life. Yeah, this definitely feels quite fun to use. Even if it is a little short-lived. I do like the sort of welder's overalls these guys have on, but I'm pretty sure those are just the same ones which Neddy has on as well. I'm gonna go get that pie, just to keep my health up. Where could this bilby possibly be? It's not something which I could easily just miss like the cogs. I'm gonna have to go for this thing again, aren't I? Alright, let's just tread carefully. That was not carefully. Yeah, just gotta make it over to that picnic basket real quick. Real big hurry, glad this respawns. Super glad this respawns. And we're out. It's probably not going to be on this volcano island, is it? Pretty sure I already got some collectibles on this island. Let me just check. And again, It's one of those things where it definitely makes me feel sort of like an idiot. feel it could have easily been on Coconut Shores. It's one of those which could easily, you could easily overlook. I can probably imagine that, a fair few people have problems finding these bilbies. At least on this level. And possibly on the last level, which I, not exactly the one I'm most looking forward to. Okay. I think, given my luck, it's probably, it has to be on Coconut Shore, surely. Given how big this island is, surely there's a bilby here which I've missed. And wouldn't you know, it was here all along, just right beside the treasure chest. Go me. Okay, that's us done with Rex Marks the Spot. There's just one level left to go. Yeah, got all the Thunder Eggs, so we can just be on our way. Another crate there. Just gonna make a way out of here. Yep. Once again, good level, just kind of hard to find a lot of the collectibles. I'm gonna go and get our next Techno Rang, just to give us a little bit of a reprieve. I would make a comment on how weirdly quite pretty this place is, but I kind of want to save that for next time when we start getting into it real and proper. We're going to get real familiar with Rainbow Cliffs next time, for reasons which will be more apparent.
I see you gathered enough cogs, Ty, to get the machine going again. Jolly good. Let's see what we have this time. Oh, magnificent, Ty.
Magnificent!
It's a kaboomerang! This ring is equipped with enough explosive force to destroy even the largest of rocks. You should have some fun with this one. Yes, yes, yes. Phew, beauty! Here
we go. Arguably the best rang in the game, the Kaboomerang. As Julius just explained, it goes kaboom. Let's see it in action real quick. Just gonna aim it up. Actually, just gonna aim it and throw. The main caveat, of course, being that you throw both ranks at the same time, something which is unique to the Kaboomerang. Also means I could very easily just accidentally hit some invisible crates while we're in here. Beyond the black stump. I quite liked how cinematic the loading screen looked with all the kids, but yeah. As expected, another snowy alpine level. This time, though, with bushfires. That classic Australian tradition.
Ty, this is so dreadful. children were playing hide and seek when a bushfire broke out.
Yes, a bushfire somehow broke out in the snowy environment.
Back safe and sound.
Sure thing, Sheila. Relax.
Yeah, it's just another one of those things which just doesn't make any sense, and... Oh, that's another invisible crate. I'm not going to go back and collect all of them after that. Just... That's what happens when you break open one. They release a picture frame and you collect it. Simple as. So as far as my knowledge, all the kids, which we have to recover again, are just in this first area. Just like in Snow Worries. This lower level can be described as just Snow Worries, but with extra steps. Like now we have... Why, you little... You know what, just for that... Just for... If I can select it... Goodbye. And it even wipes out spiders as well, so it's good for that. Okay, there's just two, which are just... here, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, with these burnt areas, it's very easy to just walk on them and take damage, so... It's one of those levels where it can be quite easy to accidentally just run out of health. I'll try making good use of my rangs this time. Also, yeah, the kaboomerang can be used to destroy blocks of ice. Not sure if it can be used to destroy the bush, the burning debris, but let's try it out. Nope, still need the frosty rank for that. So yeah, with this environment, needless to say, it's a quite good example of how the fire and ice of your two main elemental ranks can complement one another. Let's see, already covered this little area, already covered these. Also, yeah, it's just completely burnt out, wow. Just clear out a lot of this debris. I think there's some launch flower stuff in play with this part of the level, just some wild stuff. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Sheila's house. I'm guessing that's more just sort of some sort of big school building. At least that's what I assumed it to be. But still, just completely hollowed out, just a shell. The bushfires here don't mess around. Also, the music here is probably the most dramatic in the game. Really befitting of just the carnage of the setting, you know. Just this whole cacophony of fire and ice. From my experience though, this level is also pretty linear. Not as much as Liar Liar, but still notably so. I'm gonna use the Mega Rank for these two. Yeah, needless to say, the ranks you start getting later on in the game are definitely ones which you definitely make a lot more use out of. Mega Rank being good for just clearing out a whole bunch of unarmored enemies. Kaboomerang just good for deleting everything on the map. That sort of thing. There we go, just two more to go. With these conveniently placed launch flowers, let's head back there. I'm pretty sure there was more stuff for us to look at. Like right there, just a whole bunch of bushfires just raging out of control. And a whole bunch of crates which I need to be careful to collect so the opals just don't disappear into the void. I actually had to use a lock on there. Yeah, the bite is probably not the best to use on the frill lizards, just because they usually just double back, so it's hard to hit them. And it makes it easier for them to punish you with a sucker punch. Okay, so there's a little bit of rigmarole here with regards to the launch flowers here. Didn't even... Like, the bilby was probably what I was going after. I just forgot. Okay, one more to go. Yeah, I definitely feel the lock-on was improved at in later games. Like right here, camera locks on, but the rangs don't. So, in order to really make the most use of the lock-on, you're best off just using the Mega Rang. That was something I also observed during the Sly fight as well. His name is Sly, by the way, if you couldn't tell. There we go. Of course it's Booney. Yeah, all the koala babies have names, but I think one of them is Elizabeth II. Like the posh-looking one in purple, and one of the big orange beanie is Booney. I admittedly don't remember the rest, unfortunately. But maybe something I'll try to remember for, you know, if we see them again in Tai 2. So now just marching all the way back to the beginning so we can get our Thunder Egg. And yeah, this is basically just the main part of the bushfire section. From here on, it's mostly just more snowy mountains. Bushfire only really seems to be for this first part. Still pretty memorable, though.
Thanks again, Ty. By the way, little Kiki found this in a log. I know you collect them, so it's all yours.
Thanks a bunch, Sheila. Yeah, it was this one, Elizabeth II. At least I think it was Elizabeth II. Oh yeah, and we also get the time trial here, so we may as well do that. Oh, it is an actual race against Koala Fella. I forgot about that. I thought it was just another time trial, but nope. Going up against the yet another one of these wombats, except this time he's snowboarding. And is pretty sprightly from what I can garner. Yeah, this is just the ski lift. I think is a big little set piece of this part of the level. And yeah, these slippery ice patches don't exactly bode well with regards to trying to lose him. This is going to be pretty close. I'll admit, I do think the snow racing theme is probably the weakest of the bunch. It's definitely not bad by any means, just compared to the rest, it's just, well, one of them has to come in last place. Another invisible crate over here. I think we're starting to... Yep, there's the end. I really like the skybox of this level as well. Just, wow, the whole mountain is on fire.
Wow, you won! You got lucky as all. But fair is fair. Next time I'll beat you. Sweet.
Just trying to remember. I think there was a hidden little cranny in this part of the level which hides some goodies, which I remember eluding me for the longest time. I think it was either here or a little later on in the level. I'm just gonna wander around here, see if I can find it. Oh, here it was. And it's full of spiders, great. And there's a little hidden cranny to the cranny as well. Good to know. Let's see what's behind here. I'm guessing it's something pretty noticeable, like atop the spire, it's a cog. I remember that cog eluding me for the longest time when I played this as a kid, just like the trying to get the Anchor Rock one. I think that was the only real main one, which the only real main cranny in this part of the level. As a kid, it was just quite tricky for me to make out was all. I think there's another one of those up on this part of the level. And yep, this is the other level. The third levels have this invincibility power up just sort of here with all these blue tongues. We'll do them as such. They go down in one hit as well. All these spiders as well, just fortunately, you can't roar to destroy the crates, but you can smash them with your punch. You can sort of tell that Bilby power-up wasn't... that Bunyip power-up, sorry, wasn't exactly the most well-utilized, because as far as I'm aware, they never brought it up again. It doesn't appear in any of the sequels. This is just the last time we see the Bunyip power-up, so it was nice knowing you, buddy. It's just a shame I didn't get to know you all that well. It's, like, seriously, look at that. Look at that. Look at that skybox. It's incredible. For the time.
In a bit of a diz. It seems Booney has run off looking for thunder eggs.
Yep, Booney's run off again.
Collecting them. Wait a minute, that's my job. So it is. Can you go and grab the little tyke before he gets himself into trouble, Ty? No worries, Murray.
Alright, so I remember this, oh, it's those kangaroos again from Snow Warriors. They're just... this is also the last time we'll be seeing them. Still feel it's weird that some 2-up made such a big deal out of them. And we also got these snowdrifts from Snow Warriors as well, coming back with a vengeance. I suppose that's a nice little attention to detail. The fact that the Flamerang is still a 2-hit kill on the Walt Kangaroos is mostly because they're just wearing thermals. They're heat resistant, which is why the extra damage from the Flamerang isn't here. Oh, and I forgot there's actually another one of these here. I seriously thought that was... the last time we saw this part was just at the bottom of the climb there. We'll just be gone and vanish for the rest of time. Apparently not, it seems. There's just weirdly enough a thunder egg just hidden in these pillars. This is definitely a weird little setup here, I must say. Already got a megabyte, it seems. And oh yeah, I think this is the other little cubby which I was commenting on. And there's even little Grandma Bilby here. Finally, you don't have to be captured anymore. Finally, you can rest your weary bones. Nom nom. I think this is also the last time we're going to be making use of the we'll actually have access to the megabyte, sorry. So we may as well find ways of making use of it if we get the opportunity. Still haven't found Booney yet. I wonder... oh, there's Booney. He's sort of like the turkeys from the previous levels, except he's a bit faster and he's not as easy to pin down as the turkeys were in Bridge. Another Bilby here as well, ah. Oh wow, that was all the bilbies? Wow, that's major change of pace compared to last time. Wow. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be just trying to gather as many of these opals as I can for the time being. Just trying to clear out all the stuff before we open up to really give chase to Booney. Like, see there? He doesn't get startled or anything, he's just, he just goes, the little fella. Pretty sprightly for a little koala fella, isn't he? I mean, we also got these wombats, which can just run into you at certain points. That's going to be, that's going to make the ski jump section quite interesting, I think. I can't remember if you can actually use the Frosty rank here. I'm pretty sure there's another boomerang which could potentially make this easier, but we don't have it yet. We will do, though, after this this last section. Hold still, you devil. Almost. Ah, almost. It's a shame you can't slow him down with the Frosty rangs, otherwise this would be a might bit easier. Wow. He just does not want to slow down. There we go, gotcha.
Hey, Lego!
Lego!
Now you listen here, Booney.
Play well.
Was very irresponsible. You could have worried Sheila sick, let alone me.
I'm sorry.
What relation do you have with Sheila anyway, Maury?
You've got something to give our good mate Ty, right?
Do I want to know? I'm guessing you're just more sort of I'm sure as a single mom, Sheila does spend a fair bit of time down at the local watering hole. Oh, there's the line. There's the funny line about computers, internet, and mobile phone. It's like you thought it was bad back in 2002. Look at nowadays. We may as well have our phones sort of surgically attached to our arms. In fact, I'm kind of surprised like smart watches haven't taken off in quite the same way. I mean, I suppose it's just the matter of having enough of a screen. I suppose it would be a bit cumbersome for a watch. Anyways, we can now move on to... I can't get enough of that skybox, man. Ranger Ken is here. This is our good friend Ranger Ken, who, weirdly enough, doesn't get any representation with the talismans. He deserves it more than Dennis at the very least. Like, poor Ranger King got done. I feel just got done so dirty in this series. I can only hope that I haven't missed any opals so far, because tracking them down hitting them this labyrinth is going to be a nightmare. Anyways, Ranger Kid. G'day, Cobber.
Rotten thrills will be the end of me. They've taken to throwing rocks at the cable cars. It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Leave it to me, Ranger Ken.
You're a dead-set legend, mate.
Yeah, dead-set legend, mate. Still love his betrayal in this game. It's just a mite shame that it wasn't really... It didn't really come back in any of the future games, just Ranger King kept being made less and less of a prominent character. Anyways, this is a fun little segment from which I remember. Fun little cable car sniping section. You wouldn't have thought that. You wouldn't have thought it, but yeah, Yeah, needless to say, for this, the Zoomerang is the... Well, I wouldn't say the main way to doing this. It's the way I usually find works best. You can probably use the other rangs, but I feel the Zoomerang works best here, and it's... At this point, sure, you must have gotten it. It's the first rang you can get, and... I feel this sort of mission was sort of tailor-made for it. Like, aside from how cumbersome it can be and jarring for it to turn, it just... Yeah, the turning on the cable car can be a little bit jarring at times. You can also take little pot shots at all the frill lizards down there, like bang! It was actually pretty satisfying. Just need to get a little bit more height up here. Okay, none of the lizards on that side I need to worry about, it seems. It's just these lizards here. Zoomerang making very good work of them. There's so many frill lizards down here, it's crazy. Yeah, I feel this is definitely one of the more memorable missions in this game for me. It's just one of those things that really makes use of the techno rangs. Or at least one of the techno rangs. Just I'll just say, when it comes to your optional rank upgrades, I feel the later games definitely do better at making use of them. As here, otherwise, it's just, for the most part, you're just good with Flame Rang and Frosty Rang, as I've already said, but... Yeah, I think that's all the frill lizards. I might have missed some, but... Oh, there just so happens to... No, shame. I can just come back to that. But yeah. Weirdly enough, it's just a golden cog out in the open there. I suppose it makes sense to have at least some easy ones, but... That one just definitely felt out of place to me. Then again, I suppose this level, there's one thing this level is known for in my books, is having very, very obscurely hidden golden cogs. Especially in the last section, which we'll be coming up against shortly. Megarang also great for just clearing out this little section. Let's see what Ranger Ken has to say. I'm pretty sure I cleared out all the frills. What do you got to say, Ranger Ken?
Ripper of an effort. You knock the stuffing out of those thrills and make the cable cars safe. I reckon you deserve this, Ty.
You beauty.
It's a little something from the department.
The department?
You beauty!
Yeah, there's that same you beauty from Crikey's Cove again. Why, you little! Come back here and say that, why don't you? Yeah, Wombat's easily being able to just clip you like that. I'm sure there's some wargs which would do that in regular Australia, but then again, I'm pretty sure this whole place this whole place shouldn't really be known for its ice caps. Let me just check. 210, so there's still 90 opals somewhere. Hopefully they're all in this last section, because I'll admit, despite its being a little tricky with regards to collectibles, it's definitely a section which I definitely think is pretty cool. I will say, despite its how peculiar it is with its collectibles, I do definitely prefer this snow level to Snow Worries. It's just got a lot more fun set pieces and is a lot more visually interesting. Like, look at that. It's like Mordor over there. Just all the fire and the bushfires and the chaos. Just, I kind of wish the game sort of let itself more into this. Like maybe the idea that this was all caused by Cass and a whole thing to just burn away a lot of the land to make it easier to find the talismans, or you know, maybe hold certain parts of this part of Australia hostage, try to get you to surrender your own talismans. It's just, I feel that this whole bushfire thing could have been made into a big plot point. I certainly hope if there is a TIE fight that bushfires become a I mean, it might seem a little sensitive, especially nowadays, but I definitely feel that this whole bushfire angle, especially with how it lends itself to cool visuals like this, could just really come into their own as to making a quite the interesting narrative, though. I suppose I may as well divulge this, since I'm probably not going to do TIE 4 or just TIE for Windows. It's yeah, Cass is actually I'll probably save that for another time. Anyways, this little section, it's just a big whole gliding section. You just gotta glide all the way down, grab the opals as you go. It's fairly simple, but it's also quite easy to miss opals, like right there. Thankfully, there's a whole bunch of flowers, so you can just go back and try again. And yeah, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, there's quite a few crates down here as well. At least I'm hoping this is where the last sort of few opals which I need to get are, because I don't fancy going all the way back and grabbing all those opals. I don't think they really expected you to actually go down this route, considering there's a cog here. Sort of gives me the impression that you just sort of expected players to just dive face first down right here into the snow below and incur the wrath of the fall damage. I swear I missed an opal up there. I must have not seen it clearly. Let's see, just gonna grab these. Nice. I'm just gonna go back and see if I can't spot that opal. At least certainly hoping I actually picked it up, because oh nope, I see it. I see it. And now it's all within my reach. And there's just a... I was gonna say there's just a little flower down there. Just okay, just leads you there straight up. That's good. So yeah, that should hopefully be 30 odd opals around here somewhere. I see there's quite a few crates, and yeah, opals just seem to lead all the way down to this clock. Actually, can I land on this invisible crate? I can. There we go, just one more cog to find. I'm pretty sure I know where it is. Quite the surplus of crates around here. And yep. Seems as though there's one opal that I missed again. Fantastic. At the very least, I'm pretty sure over here we can find the last of the cogs. At least I remember a cog being around here. Maybe it's in the snowdrift. Yep. So let me just check. All that's left is this flame frills, which you're going to go into, and then it's just this last opal, which I haven't found. Whether there's just an invisible wall here for some reason. Yep, there's the mushrooms, so we can easily just go back. I'm probably going to do the whole gliding thing first beforehand. Use Ranger Ken and got this little arena here. Just gonna check for collectibles, so... Pretty sure we already got all of them. There's a fun little cannon looking thing up there. What's that about? Ranger Ken somehow teleporting here before me. Classic Ranger Ken. Oh. So the Frills were responsible for the bushfires. A snowball launcher.
Mate, I wouldn't have a clue how to operate the thing. Could you help me out?
Okay, so you press the B button to press it, but it's just gonna take me a little bit to get used to the controls. You kind of need to track your shots. Okay, at the very least it's rapid fire, it's full auto, so don't have to worry too much. And thankfully there's enough snow to go around. Just gotta hold them off for, looks like 2 minutes. Kind of weird that this little section here is just, this is the only time this section ever comes up, or anything like it, which is certainly odd. I mean, it's cool and all, and it's fairly futuristic looking tech. I like the aesthetic of it. It's just super weird that they just add this little mechanic here and never use it again. I feel that's a problem this whole game has just had. It has a whole bunch of crazy ideas it wants to go through it, but it only ever brings them up once, like that cool diving tower in Bridge on the River Ty. I love that. Just the music and all. To the point where I kind of wish that they brought that back for another one. Like, make it more complex, like, ironically enough, the bridge section from Frontiers. I will admit I definitely struggle with that, but I feel something akin to that where there's a bit more involvement with your diving, because as you saw, after a while it just ended up devolving into a straight line at one point. Alright, we're nearly done. 2, 1.
You beauty. You showed those thrills a thing or two.
By the way, one of them dropped this.
You're an honorary ranger. I don't have a spare badge on me, but I do have this funny rock I found earlier.
This funny rock, which is just like the other funny rocks I've seen all around, which I know you've been collecting. Kind of weird that now of all times, Ranger Ken, you don't know what the Thunder Eggs are. So yeah, just one whole opal in this whole burning winter wasteland. I'm gonna go back up to the top, see if I missed anything first, and then we'll just use the flowers. I mean the mushrooms. The mushrooms! Because I feel it could have been very easy for me to miss an opal up here. And again, it could have been very easy for me to miss an opal anywhere. I'm just gonna go from the top. Chicken here. I do kind of like how the portal is just sort of situated there of all places. It really makes it seem like this is just sort of a cool little bonus area. Like if you go through now, you'll just miss out on this cool section. I know there's really not much to it, all things considered, but it's definitely one of the more memorable set pieces, I think. Alright, we're gonna go mushrooms. I definitely feel that midsection after the log climb is probably where it is. Seems like the most likely spot. Yeah, we did the race, we did everything, just need to find this one opal. And it feels like the story of my life at this point with regards to this game. But on the plus side, it's the last opal I'll ever have to collect in this game. And thankfully, the last opal I'll have to collect for completion's sake in this series. Well, I say that. I did say they reworked the opals a little bit, I'll go more into that. once we actually play Tai 2, which probably won't be right away, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, this is sort of my big issue with this level, just its labyrinthian nature makes it hard to really find the collectibles. Gonna check once again if there's anything in this little cave area. Feels like it's a very easy place to miss stuff. I'm at least hoping it's not like Liar Liar, where it's just vanished into the void again. Yeah, I'm gonna go check the log climb. It's probably somewhere around there. Still have to preface again, I do quite like this music. It's I feel that George Stamatiatis, the composer, is a lot more suited to some of the more relaxing tracks, like Bridge on the River Ty especially was just fantastic. But I definitely feel he's added a suitable sense of theatrics to this sort of section. I feel it could have... Yep. Of course it was in here. Alright, we can just go back to the talisman machine and, I say talisman machine, opal machine. And then we can move on to the part with this, which I've, to be honest, been dreading the most. To be honest, it's, part which could easily make or break the... I mean, I say that, but you saw what happened with Bull's Pen. It's, whilst hardcore mode is definitely a fun challenge, it's, very easy to abuse. So again, I'm not going to be doing it in the future. Here we go. That's all. That's the last Thunder Egg. 72 out of 72. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to climb all the way back up to get to the portal, aren't I? What's going on here? Let's pretend. Let's pretend we didn't see that, and just climb up this cool cliff once again and make our way. I figured this was the most again, I figured this would be the best level to do last, mostly because of the theatrics. Like, this whole place just spells sort of endgame level. Plus, it relates to the boss arena. Let's go have a look. But first, before I forget, I'm gonna go get our last Techno Rang. I have a fair few things to say about this last Rang, which, I mean, it's the last one. You need to get all the golden cogs to get it, so surely it has to be good, right? Right? Surely.
You've gathered the last of the golden cogs.
The golden cogs! Excellent work, my boy.
Let's see what we get this time. Oh my! I haven't seen one of these before. It's a chrono ring.
Then how do you know what it is, Julius?
I wonder what it does. Ripper!
So yeah, even Julius doesn't know what this thing does.
Make sure you visit all the portals.
So yeah, I think I omitted coming to Julius to talk about the lightning thunder eggs. As you probably expect, you know, Fire Ice, we've seen the opal designs, it's lightning. I do... Anyways, the Chrono Rangs. They didn't have this cool sort of lighting effect on Tai before, though I'm pretty sure it's just the same as the Frosty Rang, except maybe dialed down a little bit. No, I think it's just the same as the Flamer Rangs, to be honest. But yeah, Chrono Rang. We can go into here, and actually take a look at some of the boomerangs. Frosty Rang, Flame Rang. Where the Frosty Rang comes out first. Anyways, here we can see what each boomerang does. You know, Flamerangs, harnessing fire thunder eggs, creates devastating fireball, lightweight durable, lethal enemies, melts ice. Ice thunder eggs, puts out fires, freezes enemies, and creates ice. Even creates ice cubes in water. Kaboomerang, made from exploderium, an ancient substance found only in the outback. Is it like Australium? It's weird that Australia is just home to so many of these super rare and important materials. Megarang, made with Julius' super-seeking technology. Zoomerang with a built-in telescopic hammer. Longest reach. The Infrarang. Aquarang. Multirang. Chronorang. Using Julius' the trans-temporal transistor, the Chronorang can affect the time field around Cass's engine columns to slow them down. Basically, the Chronorang, I'll probably showcase it once in the next stream. Basically what the Chronorang does is it's, once you hit an enemy with it, it basically slows their movements, making it easier for you to move in for the kill. Which sounds cool in theory, except, you need to have the Frosty Rang in order to get it, so... It's basically, well, it's often memed on by people who play this game as being the worst rang in the game. I wouldn't go... Actually, I would probably go that far, to be honest. It's, definitely not a great reward for getting all the golden cogs. The Kaboomerang honestly takes that role better. And honestly, the Chronorang would probably make more sense if it's, you got it before you're able to get the Frosty Rang. But as is, there's no real reason to use it other than the Frosty Rang. That being said, you may have noticed from this little rang wheel here, which wasn't in the original, there's still 2 rangs missing. It's obvious where we get one of them after this boss fight, but there's one here which is still a mystery. Suspicious, but we'll save that for later. For now, let's wrap this up. Smashing work, Ty! Hard yakka, you're telling me. Anyways, now we get to the part of this particular part of the game which I've been dreading the most. The boss fight. Funny the talisman design there. Fluffy's Fjord. He's a big little fella, ain't he? Anyways, how this works is, yeah, you gotta hit him with the flame rang in order to expose, do damage. Yeah, you got Julius with his little, cryptic clue there, but the reason I've been dreading this boss fight, as you probably see, he's got a pretty wide range with his fists, and he can let out attacks pretty quickly. It's I've had a little bit of practice with this, and from what I've seen, it's not too bad. It's just a matter of trying to hit him, trying to get the last bit of his health down. It's very easy to just get hit here. Oh, see, that's half my health gone already. But yeah. Other big issue here, multiple phases. This is unique to this fight, but from what I've seen, the fight gets a little easier from here because you can easily stay out of range of his fists better. And weirdly enough with this boss fight, you get these little pyre flames here which you get stuck on. The game doesn't really do a good job of conveying it, but if you throw your flame rangs into this, it supercharges them so you do more damage. Let's say do more damage. This is the only way to properly damage the boss in this phase, and send him slowly lower and lower into the ice. So as long as you keep moving in this section, it's fairly easy to not die. There we go, he's sunken into the lava, and who's piloting the robots? It's everyone's favorite character. She'll be more prominent in the later games, honest. It's sort of weird that Fluffy, this character of all the ones, is ends up becoming a lot more prominent. It's like Ball doesn't really come back after this, Crikey gets a little Easter egg, but Fluffy really becomes prominent after this, weirdly enough. And I suppose it only makes sense, after this. Yeah, anyways, yeah, that last section is pretty easy. Just gotta keep moving to dodge the snowballs.
You know, if things were different, we could have been a team.
And yeah, Fluffy just warps away. Love that little wave animation there, just a little awkward wave. And there we go.
I see you have retrieved the third talisman. Do not become complacent in your quest. There is still much danger ahead.
Well,
About that.
You're not doing such a bad job, mate. No, adequate, maybe, but not bad. Now, Julius is waiting for you back at his lab. I think he's got
A new gadget for you.
These lightning thunder eggs are simply fascinating. Why is this
so?
They produce even more energy than all the other eggs.
I mean, I suspect so. They are electric.
I hope it's safe to channel all that energy into my machine. Well, Ty, there's only one way to find out. No, it tickles. This must certainly be a Zappy-Rang. Ah, sweet as.
Sweet as.
Oh, be careful with it, Ty. It's quite a shocker. Oh dear.
So yeah, the final of the elemental rangs. You remember when Bunyip just said there's much left on our quest? Yeah, with how we're going so far, 98% complete. Yeah, that's not there's a little bit of falsehood behind that. Anyways, Zappy-Rang. The most fun thing about it is what happens when you hit enemies with it. Get that little classic cartoon electric zappy thing. But yeah, I have a fair few things to say about the Zappy-Rang, but I'm gonna be saving that for later, once we the next stream, as there's a fair bit of house cleaning that I want to do first. Mostly involving this place. This place we've been running around this whole time, but you may have noticed these little things here and there. These fair dinkum rainbow scales, as Maury put it.
That Julius is a fair dinkum genius.
See, he does respect him. Occasionally. But yeah. I suppose it only makes sense that Maury gets a talisman as well. Still think Ken should have got one instead of Dennis, honestly. Anyways, yeah. Next stream, we're going to be firstly focusing on getting all these fair dinkum rainbow scales, and then we'll be moving on to the final gauntlet. But until then, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.